Hello, everybody. Immediately following the mandate to establish a righteous judiciary, our parsha introduces a prohibition that appears at first glance completely unrelated. Lo sita lecha asherah kol eitz el mizbach Hashem Elokecha asher ta'aseh lach. You don't plant for yourself an asherah, any tree near the altar of Hashem, which you make for yourself. What does this have to do with Shoftim v'Shotrim? And furthermore, if the Torah is coming to forbid the planting of an explicitly idolatrous tree known as the Asherah, then why add the phrase kol etz, any tree, that includes even a non-idolatrous tree that's planted for its beautiful fruit or shade? It's planted aesthetically. And lastly, what's the specific connection between the planting of the Asherah and its being next to the Mizbeach? In response to our initial question, the Gemara in Sanhedrin brings the Maimer of Reish Lakish that Kol Hama Midayon She'eno Hagun Ki Ilu Notea Asherah BeYisrael. Anyone who appoints a judge who is not proper and fitting is as if he is planted in Asherah. And Ravashi adds, Uvamakom sheyesh talmidei chachamim. This is even more egregious when done in a place where there are talmidei chachamim who would be more proper for the position. Ki'ilu nita'o eitzel mizbeach. It's not only likened to planting an idolatrous tree, but doing it right next to the Mizbeach. If we can understand the obtuse comparison, we will likewise be able to solve our other questions as well. A tree starts as a tiny seed, and it grows. Its growth is dynamic and ongoing. It's shaped and nurtured by its environment and climatic conditions. The Mizbeach, in contrast, is built of unchiseled stones. It doesn't adapt to the environment. The environment has to conform to it. Hence, as the Meshech Chochmah observes, the Mizbeach represents an absolute, unyielding submission to the immutable divine revelation, while the tree symbolizes the restless creativity of the human mind as it contemplates various values and ideals. The Torah commandment regarding the Asherah or any other tree near the Mizbeach is telling us that human intellect and contemporary cultural trends cannot be allowed to organically reshape the structural foundations of the divine mandate and halacha. Hence, when a community appoints a judge who is unfit, he might be highly articulate, well-educated, charismatic. If his halachic mindset is rooted in the organic and shifting sands of human culture rather than the unyielding, unhewn stones of Sinai, then he is in effect planting a tree next to the altar. The Sfas Emes tells us, Ki shleimut kol hagoyim hu lahasig chochmat hateva, aval b'nei Yisrael shleimutam hu lahasig koach elokut. The Goyim seek to understand the power of nature, the world as we know it, whereas Bnei Yisrael seek the more perfect knowledge of understanding the divine power. The Mizbeach represents uncompromising dedication to Hashem, while the Asherah and even other trees represent in varying degrees self-propelled intellect and subjective opinion that may or may not comport with absolute submission to Hashem's will. Uvavi Mishkan Evne Lahadar Kavodo Uvamishkan Mizbeach Hasim. That beautiful song teaches us that every single Jewish soul has that inner Mizbeach of total submission to Hashem within him or her. Perhaps it would never dawn upon us to plant an idolatrous Asherah of rebellious idolatry. Yet, we are also thinking and intellectual beings who face the temptation to beautify our commitment to mitzvot by trying to harmonize them within whatever philosophical trend happens to be in vogue at the time. The Torah is challenging us to be rock solid in unwavering, steadfast submission to the Ribono Shel Olam, as opposed to merely beautiful trees that sway in the winds of time. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.